Hi guys, things you need to know when traveling across the border. Number one, you need to have your passport, and I don't mean your old passport because it has been dated or outdated uh, last year, December or November. So you need your new current passport that has a chip, the light blue one, not the dark blue one. So you need to have it with you. It needs to be valid. Uh, the other thing you need if you're traveling across East Africa is your yellow fever, a very small but important document that you need to have with you. And basically, being a COVID season, you need a COVID vaccination certificate. So those are the three main important documents that you need, and yourself as well. There are challenges, especially when you cross the border at the immigration. Number one, if you've crossed the country from Kenya to Tanzania, that's one experience. From Kenya to Tanzania, you need to check the days that you have been given, either stamped on your travel permit or your passport. Basically, when you apply for a travel permit, the duration for the permit is 1 year, renewable. So when you get the stamp from the immigration on the Kenyan side, you move on to the Tanzanian side, you also get a stamp. The stamp from the Tanzanian side gives you, I assume, a minimum of 30 days, depending on the reasons for your travel and the reason that you have actually stated on the form that you have filled. The other day, when traveling back from Dar es Salaam to Nairobi, just before the Namanga border, there is usually a checkpoint, and this one is basically for the checking. It's for checking your documents, basically your passport, knowing if you've already gotten if you have a passport, or if you have extended your duration, or if your documents don't match. So basically the checkpoint is for checking your details before you get to the border. And on the Tanzanian side, they're really strict with their laws, and if you have extended the duration of your stay, the fine is $600. $600. If you put it in perspective, multiply that by 120 or 119, and you'll know how much money you need to pay if you have extended your duration of stay, even by a day. You get charged $600, and then they'll stamp your extension and you can actually cross. This means you've traveled to, for example, Dar es Salaam or Arusha, or whichever town you've gone to. When you're coming back, if you've extended by a day, your charges become $600 more, just by a day. So when you guys travel, please check the duration that you've been accorded. on your passport or your travel permit so that you don't extend your stay. It might be more costly than your trip. So that is one very important detail that we don't have, or we are not told, especially at the immigration. But as well, it's due diligence by an individual to check. But most people travel without knowing the details. So that's why we're here to help. Travel safe, travel cheap, and have fun at a minimum cost without extra expenses across the border. So that's the most important thing that you need to put the back of your mind. Plan your trip, know the details, check your passport when it's stamped, check your travel permit when it's stamped. Don't just get it stamped and put it inside your bag. If you do that, you might end up regretting. If you've been given a 7-day stay and you intended to stay for 2 weeks, and as well, be honest with what you're going to do. And if you know you're going to be there for more than a minimum 30-day period, inform the immigration so that they accord you the due dates that you require to stay if you're staying for longer. Because some of you might go to visit a family member, and the 20 days or 30 days that you have are not enough, and you feel like you need to extend. Kindly give the correct details rather than putting less days and extending your stay. It's cheaper to put it in pen and paper than to remove it in pocket and pay. So I hope most of the people will check this out. Thanks. On to the next one.